fantastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Packers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, it's White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On a handoff, it's White. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, it's White, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they...
Touchdown! That's caught. Hunter Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The give is to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll go with Jones. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
White's got a 1st down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off play action. Jones gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On the delay, Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A give to Jones, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Jones now on 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at the 16-yard line.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. Jonnu Smith as the first half is winding down, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And here's Jones again on second down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points over the middle, and that's caught by Rodgers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Amari Rodgers complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On third down, here's Jones. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, it's Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What do we call them, run fits? Everyone was in the right place.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run it in with Jones, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Jones on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. This is White, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
First down, here's White. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's Jones on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
White's got a first down and more, and down to the 19-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
He'll leave this one for White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Jones throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. White. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They keep it on the ground. White again. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit. Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take winning the contract negotiations, doesn't he? To throw is Rodgers. That is caught by Rodgers. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Charles, just a gigantic play right there. Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither. And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. Pass complete to Harris. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play. As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. To throw is Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Here's Jones. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Pay attention, pay attention. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with White. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Well, when they kept the offense on the field, you saw the face I made looking at you like, what are they doing? How did they do that?
Yeah, that's almost a miracle, isn't it? Because the two of us have talked to play callers, and every time we talk to them about going for it on 4th and long, they give us that same look you just gave me. And they always say, I don't have that call on my play sheet, Haas. We just don't have that one. Well, apparently he did, and they got it.
And in overtime, wow. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Jones. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. Going for it all. Oh, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short game. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams. The fans